Hello. 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 Okay. If someone else is there, can you ping me on Facebook? ఓకే. మిగతా వాళ్ళకి కూడా వినిపిస్తే ఫేస్‌బుక్‌లో పింగ్ చేయండి. ఏమైనా క్వెషన్స్ ఉంటే నేను స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను. ఫస్ట్ థింగ్ లెట్ మీ షేర్ మై స్క్రీన్. ఓకే. ఓకే. ఒక ప్రెజెంటేషన్ షేర్ చేస్తాను ఇప్పుడు నేను. 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen now? Uh, okay. So PhoneGap. So I'll give some background on PhoneGap. Basically, what is PhoneGap and what are mobile hybrid applications. And this is agenda. So we'll go with the installation and setting up the environment. Then we'll create a demo project, and we'll also see the deployment aspect, like generating the APK file and IPA files. So those are the executables for. Okay. Okay, you can hear me, right? You can ping me on Facebook. Okay. So mobile applications. So there are three types. One is mobile web applications, native applications, and hybrid applications. When it comes to mobile web applications, uh, like these are the simplest form of mobile applications. These are hosted on some servers, not on your devices. So these are basically websites which are compatible for your mobile. Okay, so these are simple to build. These are low. I mean, the cost of development is less, but the cons are like these websites are not fast, and you cannot actually use any uh, device sensor features like GPS or camera, like that. Okay, so I mean the modern browsers support location and camera, but accelerometer, any other sensors that are there in device, those cannot be used in mobile web applications because they are not installed on device. Okay, and the next option is native applications. So things are nothing but the native applications written in their respective languages, right? Like if it is a Android application, it's written in Java, and if it's a iOS application, it's written in Objective C. Okay, let me know if you can hear me or not. On just ping me on Facebook, just for confirmation. Okay, so native applications, thing, but the performance is fast because they sit on the device, and they have the access to all the CPU or sensors and everything on the device, so they can actually leverage full device features and sensors. uh, these are like good for game development. So when we have uh, for example temple run. So temple run, if you're going to build any applications, I mean game applications like temple run, the obvious choice would be choosing a native application because they need more CPU and they need more graphics. So mobile web applications or hybrid applications, they cannot support uh, very good graphics. They support uh, like a very high level graphics, but not a native. If they're CPU intensive, they cannot work. Okay, so those are some pros. And the cons are the cost of development is high because you need to develop separately for each type of platform. Like Android, you need to separate develop separately. and iOS you need to develop separately. So the development time is more, and the cost is also more because you need to hire different skill set people. And next comes the hybrid application. So this is basically, it's a combination of native and mobile applications. Most of the times we might not need full device features. um, so like consider bank applications or any shopping cart applications. We don't really need graphics or UI features. So Hello. Can you hear me now? Hello. Okay. Okay, cool. So, all right. So hybrid applications. So, uh, as I said, native hybrid applications can be used when we, yeah. So hybrid applications can be used when we don't require uh, more graphics. Like we don't need, if we are not going with a game development, then we can actually go ahead with hybrid applications. Okay, so the the advantage is you write code once and deploy it to different platforms. uh, so it might be Android, it might be iOS, it might be Windows, it might be BlackBerry. So the code is only one. So that's a good thing in hybrid applications. And yeah, so this I've shared it already. Install Node.js. Node.js is I have given this link here. So Node.js is just another language, just like Java or PHP or anything. So we need not go into detail about Node.js. So for now, consider that it's a separate language uh, which uses JavaScript as it's a programming language. Okay, and so when we install Node.js, it will also install a tool called npm. So this is npm tool. So npm install PhoneGap and Ionic. So these are the two command line tools that we want to use in this particular demo. So PhoneGap is uh, for the framework that we are going to develop, and Ionic is a UI framework gap. So we just need command line tools to get started. Okay, and also make a note that Ionic and sorry, PhoneGap and Cordova are very similar. Okay, so Cordova is the engine which powers PhoneGap. So when I say PhoneGap or Cordova, they are almost same with the slightest different. But for now, let us just to avoid the complexity. Let's consider PhoneGap is same as Cordova. Okay, so when I use PhoneGap or Cordova, it's same. And the rest of the three commands which I've shown here, these are related to setting up path, Android SDK, and downloading Ant. So you don't need this for the demo, but you need it when you if you want to deploy or generate the executables for Android or iOS. Okay, for this demo we don't need. If you're stuck somewhere, ping me on Facebook. I'll respond. Okay. So when that installation is complete, so when we install npm install PhoneGap and Ionic minus G only. So these PhoneGap and Ionic, these two command line tools will be available in our Windows environment or Mac, whatever it is. And then if you want to create a new project, there is like simple steps that you need to follow. Ionic start my app, and what type of application it is. Is it a blank application or a tabs application or a side menu application? So these are some common templates that are given by uh, Ionic, but you can actually modify them to make your own template. Okay, so these are some commonly used templates. So Ionic start my application name and blank. So this will create a blank application. And if you want to have a iPhone like template with menu at the bottom, Ionic start my app, and the tabs is a keyword. So it will generate a project which has like those three tabs and a header by default. Okay, and the other thing is Ionic start my app and side menu. So this will generate a project which has side menu inside the template. Okay, so when you're done with this step, it actually creates uh, all the structure. But let me try it on my uh, Windows machine here. Let me know if you're not able to see my command line here. Okay, can you see my screen? Can you confirm on Facebook? Can you see my command line? Hello. Hello. Okay. So all right. So what you need to do is after that Node.js runtime that executable is installed, we just need to run npm install PhoneGap and Ionic. These are two command line tools that we are going to install, and then type -g. Okay, so this will install PhoneGap and Ionic command line tools. I have already done that step, so I'm skipping that from. Okay, good. So the next step is creating the project. Okay, I'll make a fresh directory here. Now Ionic start. The project name would be Hello World. Okay, Hello World. And what kind of project do you want? I want some project to be created with a side menu. So side menu. So this will create a template project with side menu inside that. It will take some time. So it downloads the zip file and extracts it from the GitHub. This takes a while. Let me stop other programs. Okay. So it has created a hello world program here. Oh, sorry. Error fetching side menu. Okay. Let me see. It has already created hello world directory. Has created. Okay. Then you need to cd into the directory and then say ionic hyphen serve. So ionic space serve, what it does is it creates the it actually creates a project emulation, and you can actually go into your mobile device and target this IP address so that you can see what is your current shape of the project. Okay, so the next step in this process is so we have started the server here. Server as in we have generated the project template. So the next step is you need to install you need to install an application called PhoneGap in your mobile. Okay, so let me try that once. So yeah, so this is my uh, mobile application. Okay, I'm actually mirroring that onto this thing. Now you need to go into PhoneGap. Sorry, you need to go to Play Store and install an application called PhoneGap. Okay, PhoneGap. So this application is called PhoneGap Developer. Okay, the first one which you are seeing here. So my system is a bit slow. I'll yeah, the first one which you're seeing here, we need to install that application. My on my machine it is already installed. So I'll open that. Okay. So now it will open up and then show us uh, a, a text box wherein you can actually connect to the server. Okay. So side on the command line you can see the where that dev server is running 192.168.1.240 and 8100. That is where it is running. Okay, so type in the same URL here, 8100. So I'll allow some time to get the screen updated. Okay, you can see yeah, I've typed the same IP address here and just hit connect here. So you can see the iconic blank starter page has come up. Okay, but we have created an application with side menu. We can see this was not fetching the. I mean, the error might be because of this one where it did not fetch the side menu items here. But the basic application, iconic blank application is ready, and you can see on the device. Okay, and let's try and install the side menu application. Okay, so nothing but again I have to create one more application, ionic start and my side menu app, side menu. Okay. So this should download again. Okay, now it looks like now it is downloading all other files as well. So this is a base app and this is a side menu app. This failed last time. Okay, so cd into that new directory, my side menu app. Okay, and now uh, ionic serve. Serve means it basically serves the application. Okay, so it's running on 240 and the same port 8100. So let me go back to my device. I will load that. I'll connect that again. So again I'll connect. Hit on connect. So now you can see. Uh, yeah, this one is a side menu based application that it creates automatically. Okay, so when you hit on that side menu, it actually shows that menu just like a Facebook side menu item. So I clicked on the side menu. You can see on the left side login, search, browse, and playlist. And playlist is the current search clicked one. When I hit on login, uh, yeah, I clicked on login, so it will show me the login screen. Okay, and when I hit on close, it goes back to, yeah, this page, playlist page. So when I click on browse, it goes to browse page. Okay, so um, the whole idea is it automatically generates a code which are needed like a base for any a basic application. So if you have to write this code in a normal hybrid application, it and UI is like a native application. There is no way user can feel that it is not a native application. Okay, so the UI looks very good. The emulator is not showing it in a full colors, but yeah, on the actual device you can see it as a very native application. Okay, any questions so far? You can ping me on Facebook. Okay. All right. So this is a first step for PhoneGap application. Uh, so this is how you start developing PhoneGap application. And if you want to customize something on top of this, you can use some editor. So I can open this application in editor. Okay. Okay, so I use Sublime Editor for editing these files. Um, so m- any PhoneGap application or CodeDev application, they put all the content inside the www folder. So this is where you will work most of the time. And this is the index.html. This is the core file for any hybrid application. So this looks like more of HTML file. Okay, so this code.lib lib file is a core file, which actually gives us capability to interact with the device functionalities like camera or GPS or accelerometer, any device feature. Okay, and you can see under this templates folder, you have a menu.html. Okay, so if you want to change the names like this one, browse, instead of playlist, if you want songs. Okay, change this and click on save. This will automatically get updated on the device. Okay, you need not reload again. So see, if you can see, I'll click on browse now. The content got changed to songs. Okay, so it was playlist before and now it is songs. So this enables us for the rapid development. So you're actually um, editing live. So whenever you change here, it automatically changes on the application as well. So this enables us for the rapid debugging. uh, and the deployment is also very simple. So you can actually see what you're developing. That's a good thing in PhoneGap. Okay, and if you want to add one more menu items, ion item, maybe you can call it as a logout something, and save it. It automatically updates on device. So let me open this menu again. You can see it has added one more menu item called logout. Okay, so when you use Ionic, you need to actually learn a bit of AngularJS on how to write, on how to build these screens, and how to link these menus with screens. But the actual Cordova, it though so for the actual Cordova or PhoneGap application, you only need to know JavaScript and CSS. You don't need to know any Angular JS. Okay, so because we are using Ionic here, we are trying to see some strange elements like iOS, Ion item, something like that. But otherwise, it's plain simple JavaScript and HTML, CSS. Okay, so if you're only going with a PhoneGap application, you can actually use PhoneGap command line tool only to get all these commands. So instead of Ionic serve, you say PhoneGap serve. Okay, and instead of Ionic create, you say PhoneGap create. That's it. The only change is the keyword name, but rest of everything is same. Okay, um, yeah, and so using PhoneGap, I've actually created one application which access the camera feature. Let me try to demo that for you. Demo that. Um, So I've not here PhoneGap. So what that you get is the ready-made UI, the ready-made side menu, or the menu items, blank menu, or something like that. So you need not have separate CSS files for your application. Okay, let me open this new application on my machine, on my device. Okay. Okay, so this new application is running on 3000 port. So I'll change this port to 3000. So I've changed the port to 3000 and it is connected to this new application. Okay. So pretty much whatever I can do on the native applications, I can do on hybrid applications also, except that I cannot write a application which is very much CPU intensive. Okay, so this is one simple application I have written only using PhoneGap, not Ionic. So you can see this menu is also similar, but I had to write a lot of code to get this menu thing. Before that, I was not aware of Ionic. So when I click on this report, so I can actually see this thing. Okay, so I'm just trying to show you what are the capabilities of hybrid application. So I can actually access camera here. So when I click on that camera button, I'll show you how to write that code. And where is that code after this small demo? Okay. Okay. Looks like it's not working. Anyway, so to get access to the uh, camera, there are some simple. Let me open the. Uh, mm, okay, so index.html. Yeah. Now you can see there's a tiny piece of code here for accessing the camera. Um, okay, so this place. You can see this my image button here and a anchor tag on top of it. So when I click on that image button, which I've shown you in the demo part, when I click on that, this it will call the getPic JavaScript function, and now it will initiate here getPic. Okay, so to access the camera, the keyword is navigator dot camera and get picture. So this whole thing. So the Cordova has pretty good documentation. So you can actually type in like um, get camera feature in Cordova. Then you'll get this all documentation. So to get the camera, navigate.camera.get picture. So it will supply two callbacks. One is on success and one is on fail. And this one is for the options. Okay. So what quality do you want? 50% of the original image. Do you want to save it to album? So width, height, etc. So when the camera saves, the callback will call this function image data, and what I'm doing is I'm getting the my uh, image. So here you can see this is my image icon, image reference. Okay, so I'm capturing that. I'm getting the reference of that element and then updating that source to with the new data here. Okay, so it actually updates that image with the picture that we have taken. Okay, so the idea is that is how you get the access to hardware. uh, Sensors. Okay, so just like we have navigator dot camera, we have for the accelerometer also we have different functions and geolocation. Have an See, so just like navigator.camera, you have navigator.geolocation. So this basically gets the current position, and whenever the current position is achieved, it will call this callback. Okay, so that is how I'm actually displaying this icon here. Okay, so for each type of sensor, you have a different keyword like navigator dot camera, navigator dot position, geolocation, and navigator dot accelerometer, something like that. Okay, so that is how you can access the hardware sensors in hybrid application, and this is not possible in mobile web applications. So the only possibility that we have is access to geolocation, except that we don't have any other access. So some modern browsers they support, um, I mean, a voice and video. Uh, yeah, but not all. Okay, so this is pretty much just a starter on the PhoneGap application, and yeah, I'll also show you how to deploy. Uh, how to generate this APK file. So APK file is nothing but the executable file for the Android application, and IPA file is executable for iOS application. And by executable, I mean that's a end product. Okay. Um, Let me open this. So my side menu app. So I have got this application, but this is not yet ready to deploy onto the device. We have deployed it, but it's based on a already available application. Okay, so for deploying, what you need to do is, um, see, I have given this in the slide here. This last step. So first of all, you have to mention what is your target platforms. Like, is it Android or is it iOS or is it both? Okay, you can actually add both. That is a good thing in hybrid application. So you need to follow these steps. Ionic platform add Android. If you're not using Ionic, just PhoneGap platform add Android. Okay. Now platform add Android. So what it does, it the APK file uh, needed for the Android application. So you can see the error now. Android home is not set. So this is because you need to do all the other three steps as well, like setting up the ant and downloading the ant and setting up the ant in path and doing the same for Android SDK as well. I have downloaded all those three, but I've not set up the path here. Let me show you how to set up that. I've written one bat file for doing that. So this basically these three commands basically set the Android home path and add it to path, and it also sets the ant Apache ant to the path. Okay, so three commands here. I'm done, and now I need to add the add Android. So now it creates a project for Android, and it will basically create the APK file within few more commands. Okay, so it's now trying to create the platform dependencies. So the dependencies are created now. The next step is building that thing, building the Android APK. So if you want to add for iOS as well, you need to put iOS here. But on Windows, it doesn't work because I don't have that iOS setup. Now for the Android, I need to say Ionic build Android. So this should create the final APK file. Okay, so now you can see this is a final APK file that we have got. Codo app-debug.apk. So this APK you need to actually deploy to um, device. Okay, but you need to. There are some more steps like aligning and self-signing. So all those steps that these are some. So this anyway. So the ultimate is ultimate goal is to get this APK file generated. Okay, so this is how you generate um, Android APK file. And this has, so if you have some emulator already configured on your machine, you can put Ionic emulate Android, then it will start on the emulator instead of device. So I'm um, currently showing it from my device here. Okay, and there is one more way of pushing the APK, like whatever APK that we get here, we can actually push this to device using Android push command. Push or install. Let me try both. It's one of these commands. Okay, so it's install. When I say adb install, so this installs the APIs. Okay, so you can see that application gets installed on my device here. Yeah. So I'll wait for the screen to get updated. Okay, you can see from the bottom, uh, fourth one from the left. My app, my app side, and there is a fourth one, my side menu app. So this is the one which we have pushed it to the device. Okay, so it got installed when I opened this. It basically acts as a normal Android application, so which is a kind of native to the device. So you can see whatever we have created, login, search, browse, songs, and logout on the left menu. Okay. So before that, we used to emulate on the device using a third-party application called PhoneGap. But now we are actually uh, using the application which we have created. Okay, so that PhoneGap application is only just for testing and how does it look without actually pushing it every time onto the device. You want to test it like fully, then you will push it to the device. Okay. Um, all right. Any questions? This is the last step that we have. Is it understandable? Do you have any questions? Okay, I'm going to stop broadcast and then let's discuss on Facebook.